What are the woes of upgrading from a HDB flat to a condominium? Almost all my clients express that higher money installment is the number one concern and fear. To many, higher money commitment means that you might have to compromise spending on things such as overseas holiday travels, cutting down on purchasing luxury items, and lesser trips to a good dining restaurants. What happens when there are no income for a few months? You can't keep up with the installment and there will be a default in bank repayment, and thus late payment charges will incur. You cannot stop working. You have to keep working. Scary, isn't it? No one wants to go through such high stress just to stay in a condominium unless you have the means, right? Furthermore, our children are the main concerns. We need to save up for their education. To some, they have already fully paid up their HDB loan and so does not wish to take up another housing loan to go through the entire process of money repayment again. They are already in a comfortable zone. That is why majority will choose to stay put, no risk, no stress, nothing. But despite of all these reasons, at the back of their mind, most of them will still wish to upgrade to provide a better living for their families. If all things allowed, who doesn't want to own a private property? What if I can share with you a way to effectively lower the risk and eliminate this stress, the number one fear that stops you from achieving your dreams? If there are no worries on higher monthly installment, am I right to say that you stand a very good chance to achieve your dreams? On top of that, you might have an additional reserve funds of up to $200,000 or more. You may ask, how is that possible? There is no way I can lower the monthly installments. Yes, you are right, but my strategy has helped many families achieve their dreams when previously they thought it can't be done. You may also say, let me save up first. The question is, how long do you need to save up? Can your saving keep up with the growth of property prices? Also, if you use 5 years to save up, your loan tenure for your new purchase will be shortened by 5 years. It means that your monthly commitment will go even higher. For example, the difference of a monthly loan repayment of a 1 million property with 30 years loan tenure and the 25 years loan tenure is over $400 a month. For a 20 years loan tenure, the difference is over $1,000 a month. Wouldn't it be easier to start earlier? Another of my clients says that he is happy staying at his HDB, though he has the means to upgrade. He does not need a swimming pool and a guardhouse. Sounds familiar? Now, assuming that my client is 35 years old and the 5-room HDB flat he is staying with his family is 20 years old, at the current market values of about $500,000. Moving forward 20 years later, he will be 55 years old and the HDB will be standing at 40 years of age. What do you think an aging 40 years old HDB flat with the remaining lease of just 59 years will be worth? What options will he have by then? He can just simply continue to stay there. The $500,000 that he puts into this HDB will most probably depreciate. Though it is for own stay, investment point of view means that he is losing his money and also means that his retirement funds will be affected. Or he can downgrade after his children are married. Assuming if he can still sell at $500,000 and purchase a $300,000 HDB, he still have a $200,000 for retirement. How long can this $200,000 last with all the inflation going on at 20 years later? What if he sells lower than $500,000? Or he can sell his 5-room flat, take the money and moves in to stay with his married children. Well, yes, that can be done. Another path he can take is to upgrade to a private property now. Given the past 10 years statistics shown here, prices for the private properties have increased tremendously. Assuming he bought a 1,000 square foot private property, he stands to have a potential gain of $586,000 instead of the $200,000 mentioned earlier. Now, with this potential profit he is going to have 10 to 20 years later, there is so much more alternatives and savings he can have for retirement. You see, there is absolutely nothing wrong staying put at HDB. There is a better way to grow your wealth and a better way to prepare for retirement and a better way to leave a legacy for the next generation. Don't you want to find out more? Investing in a private property is no longer a want. To many, it has become more of a need. A private property not just gives a better lifestyle, it is also a creation of wealth. Let me share with you more if this sounds right by you. My consultation is absolutely free, totally no obligation after my sharing. There are many who can easily do an upgrade but miss the opportunity because they do not know that it is so much more easier than they thought and thus shortchange themselves and their family. Let's meet up and see what options you might have to achieve your dreams.